Hello and welcome to AUCTV. My name is Megan Munir, and this is your bulletin for the day. Today's headlines include SU PAX event, Drive Safely campaign, and the MCA Halloween celebration. On October 17th, the Office of Safety and Security at AUC held the Drive Safely campaign to support students, staff, and faculty to better driving techniques and road safety awareness. The event took place in the Bartlett Plaza to create easy outreach to students walking around campus. The event encouraged students to take part in a simulation car, which allows students to get in the driver's seat and experience the dangers of reckless driving firsthand, but in a gaming environment. The car simulation evaluated each rider's driving competence and provided them with a scoring result that showed their driving mistakes, to point out specific factors in their driving to take care of and provide guidance for improvement. Road traffic incidents are ranked by the World Health Organization among the top 10 causes of fatalities worldwide. And projections indicate that over the next decade, this will rise unless there is a stronger commitment to road safety.
AHS Supervisor في السيفتي احنا استهدفنا الكامبين ده علشان 4 حاجات. احنا عندنا مشاكل الحوادث اللي بتحصل في الطرق بتبقى اسبابها ان في طريق مش كويس وعربيه ما بيتعملهاش صيانه وسواق عنده مشاكل ما بيحسش بمشاكل. فاحنا استهدفنا المره دي في الكامبين ده ان احنا يبقى عندنا شويه بنعمل سيرفيس على العربيات، ان احنا جبنا شركه فيت اند فيكس علشان تقدر تعمل سيرفيس للعربيات على قد ما تقدر، وفي نفس الوقت على شركه ISS جايبينهم علشان يعرفوا الناس ايه السلوكيات الغلط اللي بتتعمل وهم سايقين وحاسين انها حاجات عاديه بتحصل كل يوم ومش عارفين قد ايه هي خطر.
Car safety starts with the right awareness. It is crucial for young drivers to be aware of the road safety and the best methods to handle oneself and others during minor or serious car accidents. The Drive Safely campaign accomplished its awareness goal through the distribution of flyers, banner displays, and interactive car simulator. It is through AUC's care for its students, staff, and faculty that such campaigns are encouraged. On Thursday, October 31st, the AUC Student Union, SU, held the SU PAX event, which is done every semester to welcome all students. They distribute many backpacks, which include different items that change from one semester to the other. SU Apocalypse was this semester's name for the event as a way to express the Halloween's vibe. A number of reputable sponsors such as Arab International Bank, Dr. Muhammad Omar Nutrition Center, and Power Horse partnered with SU this semester. It's worth mentioning that the sponsors offered either discounts or lucky items to members of the AUC community who passed by their booths during the event. The event took place during assembly hour. However, some students started together early on before the time started from 12 p.m., whereas the remaining students joined the event after they finished their classes to claim their packs too. Students then exchanged their opinions on the gifts they have received in the packs after they waited for a long time.
Senior, so this is the first time I got a pack. It's actually kind of nice. I don't like everything in it. I like the head cushion thing. It's nice, but the pack itself wasn't very impressive. So I don't think it's worth the wait for how long they're waiting there.
After receiving their packs, some students waited for the event's performer Mustafa Haggag while resting in the gardens. Haggag joined the event at around 1:30 p.m. and heated up the atmosphere with many of his hit songs. The crowd showed a great interest in Haggag's performance, which recharged the students' energy. Towards the end of the event, the organizers celebrated their hard work while taking a collective picture together. Have you ever celebrated Halloween on campus? Well, the MCA just did that. The Mass Communication Association celebrated Halloween with the GRMC students and faculty on Wednesday, October 30, in the assembly hour. The MCA board created Halloween vibes all over the department and the MCA office by decorating them with pictures of ghosts, balloons, and spooky posters all around the walls. At the beginning of assembly hour, the members of the entity, along with some JRMC students, knocked on the doors of the professors' offices to trick or treat them.
I really enjoyed the Halloween hour since it was after the midterms and we were able to have a bit of fun.
At the end of the Halloween hour, the MCA president and vice president broke a piñata inside which were their candies to distribute on the members of the MCA and the JRMC students. That was all for today's news bulletin, but stay tuned for our interview segment with distinguished Professor Dr. Rasha Ala, coming up next. welcome once again to our bulletin. Now is the interview segment. Digital media. Digital media is booming right now. It is slowly slipping the carpet from traditional media platforms such as TV, radio, and newspaper. To discuss this matter, I am joined by distinguished Professor Dr. Rasha Allam, Professor of Journalism and Mass Communication in the American University in Cairo. Professor Rasha, it's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you. Hope we didn't interrupt your busy schedule.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Please. Thank you. So let's begin by a very serious question. For our viewers who do not know what is digital media, how can we describe digital media?
Digital media is basically the media or the platforms that includes digitized content that is transmitted over the internet. So it includes text, video, audio, all of these you can have access to it over the internet from your computer, from your laptop, from your mobile phones, any online service.
Okay, so is it slowly replacing original media, or original media is still the boss in this case?
This is a very important question, and it differs from one place to another. You cannot generally saying that in Egypt it is replacing the traditional media when television is still number one. But this doesn't mean that it's not affecting the industry. It is affecting the industry because the new generation, the young generation, is basically consuming their online or their consumption for the online platform. I think it is number one according to the statistics and according to the data. It is replacing the television for the newer generations, but for the older generation, I think television is still number one. I think in terms of the demographics, in terms of the literacy, also television is still number one. However, the digital media, it's going to boom. It's going to have, it's going to attract lots of consumers, and it's going to increase because of the 4G technology, the introduction of the 5G technology, and affordable prices for the online packages.
Okay, so here's a serious question. Can digital media be controlled or censored, such as the original media platforms, or it is really hard to censor them or control them?
It's hard to control them, but we can, it's very hard to control even the traditional media right now. And even if you try to control the traditional media, you cannot control the flow of information. For the idea of censorship, it doesn't really work in the time being, and in this current era. But what we can do is to media literacy, or to educate people how to assess the knowledge that they get, the sources, to evaluate the sources of their information. And there is kind of, we start to have a kind of regulatory bodies that is trying to regulate and supervise the media content, whether traditional or digital, for the public interest, not for the sake of censorship at all.
Okay, so from your point of view, how does the digital media affect the youth? Is it pro? Is it a con? Or what exactly is it?
It has every platform, even the traditional platform. It has advantages and disadvantages. But I think it opened the new youth. They are now exposed to endless sources, endless number of sources and of information, where they can really make the best use out of these sources in order to know more, to read more, to learn more. It started to provide them content with very interesting and attractive packages. But the misusage, as I told you, it might be in the kind of the distribution of fake news, disinformation and misinformation that becomes really anyone can come up and make up stories and air or broadcast what he or she wants. But again, this will take us back to the point of media literacy, that I have to be aware of who's telling me any information, what is the source of the information, and accordingly I can take it or leave it.
Okay, so finally, what is your advice for the youth regarding digital media consumption?
I think the digital media consumption is offering them very new, valuable sources. They have to make the best use of these sources. They have to. I think it opens lots of. If not only in terms of consumption, but they can only use it as a platform where they can create content, they can find new jobs, they can reach their target audience. I think it has it's a very useful platform. But again, they have to, if they are depending on it, in order to take information, they have to make sure that they have a wide variety of sources, not to be trapped in the trap of the fake news.
Okay, and on this beautiful statement, it's time to end our interview segment. Thank you very much, Dr. Rasha, for your precious time and information. We hope you all the best in your career and upcoming events in AUC.
Thank you, Meg. It was my pleasure.
That was all for today's show. Hope you enjoyed it. My name is Megan Munir. Thank you for watching.